Earlier, I put out a video about how a woman here in Oregon who is a United States citizen was abducted by ICE and held for 7 hours because she was photographing the license plates of ICE vehicles near Chick-fil-A. And in that reporting, the woman, her name is Berenice, she said that her phone and her engagement ring were not returned when she was released without any charges. And I got so many comments from people on that video about that particular issue. There were a lot that were horrified that a US citizen was snatched because she was taking photographs on public property. But dang, there were a lot of comments from people who were really upset that ICE did not return her property. And I saw an explanation from a lawyer earlier today that helped provide a little bit more context, so I want to share that. But first, let me show you what people said. What the fuck did they need her engagement ring for? What the hell are they doing with her engagement ring? That's outright theft. Right below it, I forgot to circle it. Wait, they stole her engagement ring? That is so petty and disgusting. So not only did they illegally detain her, but they robbed her as well. Why would they take her engagement ring? I got probably a dozen similar questions. And honestly, my first thought when I saw all of those, forgive me if it seems a little bit hyperbolic here, but my first thought actually was of this very famous photograph from Buchenwald. It is of just a small percentage of the wedding rings that the Nazis took off of people in the concentration camp. And then a little bit ago, I saw this explanation, and I'd really like you to listen because I think it provides important context.
When people are detained by ICE and they have personal items, also called personal effects, those personal items, personal effects, tend to disappear. And the families always ask us to try to recover them. Passports, jewelry, money, car keys, all those items that a person might have when they're detained, they disappear. And my clients and my clients' families think that there's a library or some kind of a filing system that ICE, makes little envelopes, writes a name on it, stores it for when the family picks them up. I have never been able to recover any personal items after a detention. And most importantly, we want to get passports that might have proof of legal entries or documents that might help us to defend somebody. We can't get them. So I highly recommend that people strip down all of those personal items when you leave the house, and if you're at risk, please don't take anything of value around in your car or on your person. I just learned about somebody who lost a lot of jewelry, for example. I'm not accusing ICE of anything. I'm just, setting out a reality here. So people, please don't wear expensive jewelry. Keep only the minimum things necessary in your person. And if you have to carry around things that are expensive, put them somewhere that ICE will not take those items. So if I can be of help with this and explaining what I think you should do with your personal items, let us know. Go to the link in the bio, direct message us, and we'll try to help.
So that's from Immigration Hadley on Instagram. She's an immigration attorney, and so you can see here that this is a pattern of behavior. This incident with Berenice, where her phone and her engagement ring were taken and not returned when she was released without charges, this is not unique, apparently. This is something that ICE is doing on the regular. And I think this is really good advice, and I wanted to make sure that it gets out there. If you are somebody who may potentially be targeted by ICE, please listen to the advice of this attorney and don't have your passport on you. Don't have family heirlooms or valuable jewelry on you. I think we can also say that would go for protesters as well, because Berenice, who was snatched, is a US citizen and was out there documenting what ICE was doing when she was taken. As I was watching this lawyer talking about this, I was thinking about the fact that I wear my great-grandmother's wedding ring. Right, it's from 1898. It's a family heirloom. If I were to get picked up by ICE for defending an immigrant or documenting, doing something entirely legal, but Just because you are staying within the bounds of legality, that is no guarantee in Trump's America that ICE won't snatch you. I realize I'm far more protected than other people because I'm white, but I also recognize that maybe I need to not be wearing jewelry out and about. Maybe this needs to get put in the safe for a while, you know? I hate that we are living in a time where this is considered prudent advice. Don't leave the house with anything on your person that you don't want to give to ICE permanently, that you don't want disappeared into the system. I hate it. I hate that that's where we are right now, but I do think this is prudent advice, not only for folks who are being targeted by the regime because of the color of their skin or their accent or the language that they're speaking or the neighborhood that they live in or the vocation that they work, but also for protesters as well. So consider leaving your jewelry at home, leave your passport at home. And also here, if you are on asylum, you have a green card, you're an immigrant with whatever kind of legal status, I really encourage you to talk to your attorney about what this means, because we've seen ICE over and over basically be like, it's like papers, please. ICE will come up and be like, prove you're an American citizen. They will accost people on the street, demand proof that you are a citizen or that you are here legally, right? It's giving papiere bitte. It's giving papers, please. It's not giving, it is papers, please. Just fucking, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to every immigrant. It's not right. It's not right. I'm so sorry to every US citizen, to every person here who is being targeted by ICE because of the color of your skin, because maybe you have an accent, because ICE is a bunch of fucking racist chuddies, a bunch of opportunists who think that they're gonna make a quick buck and get to live out their violent fantasy of brutalizing people, of feeling really powerful and in control because they can make people hurt. I'm sorry that this is happening to you. But I would ask your attorney, what does this mean if we're hearing that from other immigration attorneys that ICE is not returning really important documents, but at the same time they're demanding that we have those documents on our person? I don't personally have an answer, but I think that's something that folks should be getting good counsel from someone who's qualified about. But I would say leave your valuables at home. Leave them with somebody that you trust.